It is a good evening to you. And how you be at 6:30 and 45 seconds on this Thursday evening on your fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, you there. Casey Keefe. Greg Schneider. 1-877-337-6666, and we'll take you for a 40-minute schmooze right up until with the hockey with the Devils and the Senators at 7:20 right here on your fan, New York City.
Chicago-style pizza is different from most other pizzas in almost every way.
It's terrible. I'm standing there in the dugout in the ninth inning. I'm looking around the field. I'm looking down the dugout and just looking at all the guys thinking, how did they do it?
Fly ball well hit to center. Fowler going back. Away back it may go. Home run! Lucas Duda! A 3-run homer!
We beat the Dodgers game 5. We come here. We're the underdog against the Cubs.
Drive in the air deep to right center. Going back Soler. Away back and it's gone! Travis d'Arnaud reaches the bleachers in right field.
You got to enjoy every bit of it, everything that you put into over the previous 8 months just to get a chance to be here.
That's a base hit right around third. He scores. Murphy hits third. He's going to score easily. Pulling into second and holding with a 2-run double is Lucas Duda.
What a great group of guys. I mean, there's this entire group behind me. This group of guys is just unbelievable.
Does everybody really know what time it is?
It's about time.
Bumps it in the air, right center field. It goes to the track. Give Murphy a double this time, and he continues to just sizzle here the entire postseason.
There's times when players who are good players, once in a while they get a chance to show the world how good they really are. So far in postseason, Daniel Murphy's done that.
High fly ball, well hit, right center. It's got a chance. It's near the wall. He did it! Another home run for Murphy! Murphy has now homered in 6 straight postseason games. You cannot believe what has become of Daniel Murphy.
We never quit. It doesn't matter if we're up or if we're down. We're going to play till the last out's made, and we're going to go out there and battle every game.
It's time we opened up a can of whoop tushy on this situation.
We're so excited for the players, the ownership, and our fans. They know the game, but they love the New York Mets, and we're bringing the World Series back to Citi Field where it should be.
Well, it's about time.
It's more kind of time.
Put it in the books. The New York Mets, for the first time in 15 years, they're headed to the World Series.
This time enough at last.
SNY and WOR, we thank them, of course, for the highlights. And there's only one thing I want to say before I get into the monologue, and that is this. It is good to be king. Welcome to Murphtober. He has been the great Dan Bino, hasn't he? If only he had called that shot last night, like the great Bambino did in 1932, although that's how legend has it. He might have been shading himself from the sun. What is it? Chicago, known as the second city, comes up second to a team from New York City, second to none. What we were hoping the Metropolitans could do was remind the Chicago Cubs they are the Chicago Cubs. And the Metropolitans did that, didn't they? And what? After 108 years of futility, after 108 years of, what is it, rebuilding, they should change now? Marty McFly, as you all know, with the Back to the Future, he dialed up 2015 for the Cubs, but he should have dialed up 1871 when O'Leary's cow kicked the bucket. Lucas, long overdue. Travis Darr, no doubt about it. The kid who can core a apple. The Metropolitans with a better Travis behind the plate than the Travis the Cubs had on the mound. Let us not forget, among all the stars that have been shining, the unsung heroes, the Metropolitan medical staff, for looking at those Carlos Gomez x-rays and seeing the Cuban defector. And thank goodness It doesn't seem like we have a Cuban muscle crisis with the left shoulder. Maybe a little bit sore for taking a swing at a little white-dimpled ball yesterday morning before Game 4. What was he thinking, or was he thinking at all? So now, what do Fred and Jeff and Saul, the cat's meow, what do? They face a dilemma, and as Yogi once said, when you come to the fork in the road, take it. So now, how bittersweet is this winning for the Wilpons? What to do with those who need to get paid? Now they face having to offer gulp raises to people like Collins and Murphtober, the Dan Bino. So what do we do with the geld, the dinero, the francs, the euros, all this large? Collins and Murphtober may have to wait for their money until Fred and Jeff and Saul, the cat's meow he is. Collins and Murphtober may have to wait until the heads of the family pay in full Bobby Bonilla, who was always full of it. Dad, we won, but now we have to pay these guys. What to do? And then they kind of figured out something to supplement the average World Series ticket coming up for Game 3, 4, and 5, if necessary. The average World Series ticket is going to be $1,000, but to supplement this kind of added income, added revenue about to come in, the Wilpons have decided to make available to you, the public, their fans, the corks from the champagne celebration last night. Now on sale, framed with a letter of authenticity, shipping, handling, and service fees not included. The New York Metropolitan, say this to yourself, say this out loud. The New York Metropolitans are now in World Series October baseball. And finally, a Metropolitan fan can feel a sense of pride. They say that quitters never win, but you got to quit losing to start the winning, and the Metropolitans have done just that. Not once. And Peter Mondo, sitting to my right, getting ready to do the update in about 60 seconds, made a great point a little while ago. Not once during the 4 games in the Windy City did Peter or you or any Metropolitan fan think or feel the Metropolitans were going to fail. Never. Certainly not last night. Not in Game 1, 2, or 3. Did any Metropolitan fan think this team, as you see them now, was going to fail? Not one of you did. Don't say otherwise. And certainly you wouldn't say otherwise when you were watching these games and saw all that stardust falling from the baseball gods, finally showing some attention to a team long overdue. 6:39 and 40 seconds. That happens to be the time. This Thursday night on your fan, New York City.